First thing we're gonna cover, all right, is how the ACE3 Advanced Medical System works in a nutshell. In a nutshell, you get more detailed wounds, accurate blood loss based upon whatever wound you sustained, your vitals, blood pressure, pulse, uh, if you're responsive or not, um, how the heart muscle reacts to different types of wounds, and how long the body has sustained that wound without treatment. It kind of more detail on how the heart will react. You can use IVs, CPR, now auto injectors, and tourniquets. They work a little bit more realistically. Um, Pretty much, advanced ACE medical is like medical simulation training, kind of. Uh, so first, we're going to discuss identifying a patient. All right. As a medic, you have to identify who needs your direct assistance. And what I'm going to tell you is ways you can be alerted to what kind of care a patient needs. Usually, we all know when someone gets hit. Okay, they'll be, hey, I'm fucking down, whatever, whatever. Uh, as a medic, your main objective is to treat the patients. It's not to be on the front line fighting with the rest of the guys. It's your job strictly just to keep everyone in the fight. Um, Now, in the game, it's not really realistic for you to ask the patient, hey, you can find it easily and just as fast as they can. You just go through the medical menu. If you don't know how to access the medical menu, when you're looking at a person or yourself, and you go to medical, it'll go to all the limbs, or it'll say medical menu. As a medic, always use the medical menu. It's a lot faster and a lot easier to use that rather than to ace interact on every little body part and try to patch everything up like that, because you can sit in one spot the whole time and operate on the entire body if needed. Now, um,
You could
when
also
should
use
you
it for
move?
Sage.
Yeah, yeah. If just go up to a body and press H, exactly. Now, should you move a patient during combat? That's a question. Anybody feel free to answer that.
Depends on the situation.
Depends on the wounds as
All right.
well.
Now, if
Also,
say we're in a firefight, okay, you're a medic and I go down, okay, what's the first thing you should do to me when I go down?
first thing,
Gamer, what'd you say?
Drag you to cover.
All right, and what'd you say, Larry?
get a guy to watch your back while you get the guy to cover.
Okay, both wrong. First thing you do, tourniquet. All right, as soon as you see a dude go down,
Oh, I
you
even,
go over
I
to
even
him.
knew that. Oh my god.
If their arms or legs are hit, you tourniquet their limb immediately. It don't matter if it's a scratch, tourniquet. If it's bleeding even the least bit, tourniquet. Once you have everything tourniquet, or have a tourniquet on everything that needs a tourniquet, which is usually just arms and legs, if it's a chest or head, then yes, you would move them immediately. Have the rest of the fire team or squad that you're with provide covering fire as you grab them, either carry them back or drag them back. I prefer dragging because it gets them out a lot quicker and gets you off the X. The X is metaphorically speaking for where he got hurt. All right, so either the IED blast, where the rocket landed, where he got shot. X. All right, if their arms or legs are hit, tourniquet, then move them. Now, if you're treating a patient, you always want to move them behind cover. All right, not concealment, cover. You want something. You want to be behind something that will stop a bullet. All right. If you can't move safely, or if there's too much fire, Okay, smoke grenades. Pull a vehicle around. Something. Try to do something to improvise that situation to make it safe to move. 'Cause if you just sit there and you can't move him because you're getting shot at, he's gonna end up dying. Or being worse off than he started out to be. Now, once we got the patient, we know who it is, we put tourniquets on him, we move him to safety. Our next step now is to find out, okay, are they responsive? Okay, if they're unconscious, more likely they're not going to be. Now, does your patient have a pulse? Okay. Now, I know that most of you might be like, no, fuck that. Stop the bleeding first. Patch all the holes, put the bandages on, then worry about the pulse. No. Find the pulse first.
User
pulse,
left your channel.
you're fighting an uphill battle. If you can stop all the bleeding, you can close all the holes. But if you
User
didn't have a
joined your
heartbeat to
channel.
start with, you're still not gonna have a heartbeat at the end. And it's just gonna take even longer. Because once their heart stops, you're on a clock. You got 90 seconds in Arma. You got 90 seconds to get the heart started again. Now, if they do have a pulse, then you just continue as normal. Bandage everything up. Once everything's bandaged, take the tourniquets off, and use a suture kit to sew everything up. And I'm pretty sure at this point we all know what the suture kit looks like. Now, the settings we have, everyone can use a suture kit. Only the medics can use a pack. Now, if they don't have a pulse, if the heart is stopped, you need to have somebody with you, call someone over to help you, and you want them to give them CPR. And continue to give them CPR until all the bullet holes or the wounds are bandaged up and you have them sutured up. The reason why you want to do that is because they might not have a pulse, but if you're giving them CPR, the heart is still going. And a good example of that is last night, Larry got shot and then took 2 mortars, but me and Goat were able to patch him up, and I was patching him up, Goat was giving him CPR, and then once I got the patched up and sutured up, Larry woke up.
But then I took a grenade.
Because Goat was giving him CPR the entire time I was patching him up. Now, again, tourniquets only to the limbs, arms and legs. Take off the tourniquet as soon as you stabilized each limb. Just leave the tourniquets on even after you've bandaged and sutured that limb. It will start to cause the patient pain after you've already cared for him. Okay. Does the patient lose blood? Okay, obviously, we lose a lot of blood in this game, or on this server. Again, only the medics can give IVs and blood. Now, the good thing is, you don't have to give blood if they lost blood. With the new ACE medical options we have in the server, you can now use either saline or plasma to replenish the liquids they lost through the blood. If you have blood, good, use it. If you don't, you can still use saline, or sterile saline, and plasma as well. Okay, pain management. I've been hearing a lot about pain management, carrying too many morphine, using too much morphine. Okay. On this server, ever more than 1 syringe of morphine every 10 minutes. 1 stick will decrease your pain for 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes is up, come back, and you will take another syringe. If it does not, it will stay going. You get injured again. If unconscious, okay? It's unconscious after all. You restored their pulse, you stabilized their limbs or their wounds, you stabilized their pain, and they're still unconscious. Okay? You give a pack.
How
Oh, you keep cutting out.
Mm-hmm.
Use either the thing
Kyle,
or
your mic's
what?
cutting out.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that was just me.
Sorry.
it happens from time to time. It's fine.
Don't buy Astro A50s.
Why would you?
Uh,
Why would you buy an? I gotta have a lesson with you then.
I'm using outdated fucking technology. Everybody knows.
Yeah, we
Yeah, because you're poor.
No, honestly, when I bought these, they were really cool at the time. They had
Hold
really
up,
good
what's the
reviews.
name of this? I'm
my
using a
headphones
tiny
or yours?
shitty Logic.
Yeah, they actually looking good, so.
You are
Alright,
very
so-
poor then.
It was Grandma. She got a better one, so I got this.
You're still
Alright,
poor.
now, if their heart rate, okay, or blood pressure is low, alright, you can counteract that with epinephrine. If their heart rate is really high, as well as their blood pressure, you want to use the andazine or the atropine. Okay, because both the andazine and atropine also, they both lower your heart rate. Now, if you've already given them morphine, okay, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait to give them either atropine or andazine. Because if you mix those two together, it might lower the heart rate too severely and will subsequently cause death or cardiac arrest.
And then death.
What's up?
And then after cardiac arrest, then death.
Yeah, unless you can do CPR and pack them.
Pretty much what I did
pack
to
'em.
you to save you.
Yeah, you can really only pack someone if you've stabilized them.
Well, I
on-
overdosed. Okay, sorry.
You can only pack someone after you stabilize them, but their heart rate and blood pressure doesn't really count in the world of them being stabilized, because they can have a super high heart rate and blood pressure or super low heart rate and blood pressure, and if you pack them, it will completely heal them and get rid of all their injuries permanently until they get injured again. Now, jumping back to the surgical kit. Okay, like I said, everyone can use a surgical kit now with the settings we have. What the surgical kit does is, if you stabilize the wound, it permanently closes that wound. Now, it'll still show that they have a wound on that limb, but it will not reopen again. The only way to permanently get rid of all injuries on the body is by using the pack. Surgical kit, by the way, is unlimited uses. You only need one. Again, to fully heal someone, use a pack, or a personal aid kit. Only we can use it. We can use them anywhere on the server. We thought about using it to where only you can use it in an ambulance vehicle, but our player base gets hurt so often that that's just unrealistic. So we're allowing
That setting's
medics
still
to use them
active.
anywhere.
Yeah, it was active this morning. We had to go and
We
make a
have to
couple of
make
Humvees, medical
to use
vehicles.
packs still.
Yeah.
Again, patients must be stabilized before using pack, except for heart rate and blood pressure. I'm not really too sure how it works. I think they're infinite uses, but by the Ace 3 mod pack, they're supposed to be removed upon usage.
Yeah, the current settings, they're just infinite.
Okay, good. So you just need one pack and one surgical kit as a medic then. I would talk about level of systolic and diastolic blood pressure, but it's not really that detailed. Because again, it's just a video game, so we're not going to dive too deep into that. Just know that normal heart rate is like 80, 70 to 90. 100 and above is low, 60 and below is low, obviously. Cardiac arrest, the heart rate will be below 20 or over 200. Systolic blood pressure is above 260. Systolic is below 40, and the heart rate is above 90. And the systolic blood pressure is above 145, and the heart rate is above 150. Again, systolic and systolic is kind of a super advanced situation to be working with in the game, but we're not going to dive too deep into that. Just blood pressure, 70 to 90, good. 100 and up, high. 60 and below is low. So, in the game, not real life. The only thing that we can even say is close to realistic is putting a tourniquet on the limbs first, bandage later, if you're in kill zone. Now, for a medic, what you want in your bag for your medic loadout, okay? 20 elastic bandages, 10 packing bandages, 20 quick clot bandages. You want about 2 atropines, 2 andazines. Alright, you can have more atropine and andazine if you want. You want to contain 10 morphines and 10 eppies. You want at least 5 tourniquets. Alright. And then you want 4 250 mil salines, 3 500 mil salines, and 2,000 mil salines. 1 surgical kit, and since the packs are unlimited, 1 pack. Now,
Did you say after the salines one more time?
yeah, of course, yeah. Saline, 4 250s, 3 500s, 2 1000s. Good?
And then right after that,
1 surgical kit, 1 pack.
And if the packs don't work, what's the secondary thing for packs?
Armor gods.
Armor gods, roger that.
hand of God.
Pray to Odin that he'll send down his Valkyrie.
And if Voda doesn't accept our sacrifice?
If Odin doesn't accept your sacrifice, well, I guess you'll walk in the halls of Valhalla.
Oh shit.
Fucking Valkyries will come down and pick your ass up. If you're worthy.
But again, as soon as someone goes down, okay, get that 9 line out. Okay? If we have air station. Which I'm hoping that we get a designated pilot out of that.
I can
That'd be
certainly do
fucking
that.
dope.
I can certainly do that all day.
Now, we've covered identifying your patient, emergency medical triage, treating the wounds, stabilizing the patient, pain management, managing the heart rate, conscious and unconscious patients.
Did you cover surgical?
Yeah, I did. I talked about the surgical kit that permanently closes the wounds, but it'll still show up on their medical menu that they had an injury on that limb. The only way to get rid of that permanently is using a pack.
Though I do have a question about bruises. In the arsenal, I did not see any
User
cold
left your
packs.
channel. User joined your channel.
If one of the admins could search that up for me, so we can remove the bruises, because it does decrease the stamina.
It does, but there's nothing we can do. Use a pack.
Use a pack. Packs will take care of that. Okay.
Yep, packs will also get rid of bruises. Now, whoever the medic is going to be in the helo, alright, because there's going to be 1 pilot and then 1 medic, at least. Alright, the pilot will never get out of the cockpit. The pilot will always stay in the bird. Alright, the reason why is because we never know when someone's get hurt. Alright, they could be finished with the mission, on the way back, and out of nowhere, they could fucking armor glitch off a bridge. So we always want the pilot in the bird. The medic that's in the bird, he will get out and he'll be the one helping the other medic, or whoever the medic on the ground. He'll be helping him or whoever he assigned to load the patients onto the bird. So then on the way back here, he'll be treating them as much as he can to keep them alive until we get here and hit the box. Once we hit the box, we will immediately take back off and take the patient back into battle. Alright. If they're low on ammo or need to stock up real quick, if you come back here for an injury and get successfully treated and we save you, you have like 40 seconds, 45 seconds to come back to the arsenal, load up on ammo, and get back on the bird. If you don't, I'll make sure an admin teleports you back with whatever ammo you have left.
Question: shouldn't there be one armed personnel at least with that medical crew?
Yeah, there should. There should, but again, it's Arma. It's not the real world. If whoever squad leader is, if they want to, they can dispatch someone. Say, hey, go with them. You know, give them a little bit of security. But again, that's up to the squad leader that's on the ground.
Roger.
At the time. So that's kind of unit SOP. Go ahead.
Since we're gonna be calling medevacs, so shouldn't medics carry smoke?
Everybody should be
Yeah.
carrying smoke by
Yeah,
default.
plate carrier.
So never forget to carry smoke. Just saying.
Yeah. And make sure you're carrying like more than just white, like a couple different colors too.
Different varieties, just in case. Yeah.
That way you can just
I'm
mix
good.
it up with the markers. Smoke gets boring every now and again. Alright, so again, we've covered everything as far as emergency medical triage, treating patients, bandaging the wounds, surgical kit, packs, pain management, etc., heart rate, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going to talk about the mindset you need to have while you're playing as a medic. Now, it is vital and critical, I cannot stress this enough. It is your job to keep your team alive. It is not your job to get fucking killed. Okay? So, taking care of patients is your priority. As long as you keep everybody alive and in the fight, that helps.
Kyle, you're in and out again, buddy. And just for the record, I was not trying to get kills, I was trying to play hero.
We're not naming
Again,
names.
Don't be a hero.
Yeah, we're not talking about names and shit.
I wasn't
That's
trying to point anybody out, but I mean, this isn't about being a hero or playing Rambo. It's about getting your team in the fight, keeping them alive. You also don't want to engage the enemy, because once you start engaging the enemy, they will target whoever's shooting at them. If you shoot at them, they will shoot back at you. You get hit, and you are down and unconscious, you have just fucked your team. Okay? You will be more of a burden than you will be a help. That is not what you want. In the military, I know, Larry, you probably know this. We got a term for people who fuck other people over. It's called a blue fucking falcon. Okay? You don't want to be a blue falcon. You don't fuck people over. Alright? If you're a medic, don't be a blue falcon. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to be God. Don't try to be Rambo. Do your fucking job. Keep your guys alive.
But
What, gamer?
don't be Rambo, but that is me.
Oh, it's not. Your name's
Well,
gamer. What are
guess-
you talking about?
Other places I am Rambo.
Now,
By the way, back in the National Guard, when we hear about a Blue Falcon, we beat the living crap out of him by putting him in PT 24/7. So I'm thinking that we should actually put that as a penalty. Have combat training for like 3 hours non-stop. You can't leave, or you won't be able to join back to the servers.
No, you can't force people to.
This isn't a milsim.
No, this is not.
this
Yeah.
ain't Milsim, dog.
Oh, they missed him? Oh. I'm
Now-
loopy right now because I'm exhausted.
Now, so, understand that as medics, we gotta carry a lot of shit. Okay? But
User
you
left
shouldn't
your
try to
channel.
carry too much so you're over encumbered and have low stamina and fatigue. Or low stamina and high fatigue. you want to be able to move quickly to the patient, pick them up, or drag them quickly to get them behind cover. So you can
User
finish
joined your
treating them
channel.
and get them back in the fight. Medics are a vital role. They're extremely vital. Again, if we go down, the team's fucked.
May I button?
What?
May I
What?
like, talk? I want to speak. Make sure you
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
go.
lightweight weapon, not a heavy fucking machine gun or a fucking RPG on your back, because that's gonna fucking
Yeah.
slow you down. And that's
Yeah,
not
and-
your
and-
role.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as a medic, I don't understand why you'd be carrying an RPG in the first place.
Yeah, so.
'Cause
Yeah.
Unless
that's definitely-
unless you're in like in dire circumstances, then I
I
understand.
picked it
like,
up
No,
and
even
fired
then,
it
you
Nah.
have other
immediately.
people use rockets.
Nah, you're a medic, you lightweight weapon, you got your meds.
Yeah,
Your goal is your players, your teammates.
The only kind of
Fucking
explosives
squad.
you would have is grenade and a noob tube, if anything.
Jesus Christ, Gamer, are you okay over there?
the only scenario I
fighting this for
foresee
4
a medic
days.
carrying
no,
an
a week.
RPG or any type of rocket,
that's
this medic is the
hospital.
only one alive.
If I can just jump in real quick. If everybody else is
Can't
doing
hear
their
you, sword.
That's all you got to speak
Guys,
up, dog.
Did you
Yeah, you
think
gotta
so
put
to
it.
speak
Your thing
whispering?
to. Yeah, put it. to
if
loud.
everybody else is
There you
doing their
go.
fucking job properly, the medic shouldn't even have to fire a fucking round. He shouldn't. Like, the most he should be carrying at that point, again, if everybody else is doing their job, is maybe a pistol with a good couple of mags as backup. Like, he should not have to fire a round.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we all know that that ain't gonna happen around in this group. That's for sure.
Well, if people do their jobs, then of course, hopefully that will happen.
We will restrict if we need to. It's
Yeah,
not a
you
problem.
just run out there with a handgun, that's it.
I mean, I'm not saying run out in
Okay
the
with that.
fucking... I'm not saying run out in the field with a handgun all the time. Like, you might want to, switch it up. Grab a fucking MP5 or, a very
User
light,
left your channel.
very light weapon. But, like, again, if everybody else is doing their job, that medic shouldn't have to fire a round.
User joined
He should
your
be just
channel.
focused on getting the person that's down, or getting the person that's got, like, a gunshot wound or whatever like that, and get back behind cover. Like, that's all he
User
should be
joined
doing.
your channel.
Also, Kyle, you want to go on priorities? As in, like, priority for your, like, wounded players?
Oh, yeah,
I
of
think you
course I can do
covered
that.
that already.
Yeah, as well. Alright, so, for the medevac, okay, you got the number of patients and the priority of the patient. Alright, so, casual, okay, which is the bottom one, alright, or cat 3. The cat 3 is dead. Nothing you can do for him. There's no matter how much you care for that patient, they're gonna die. You put them as cat 3, so they're either dead or you expect them to die very shortly. The second one is priority. Alright, priority is someone who is extremely hurt and needs to be medevaced. They can no longer fight. And like no, that's immediate. Sorry. Immediate is someone who needs to be medevaced. They can no longer fight. You're not gonna be able to get them back up. Or if you did get them back up, they're gonna be more of a hamper to your team rather than to be able to actually get back up and help you. And then priority is going to be someone who is hurt. They could get back into the fight, but you want to medevac them anyway just to be sure, just to make sure they get a full heal very quickly. That's cat 1, 2, and 3. So 3 dead or expected, 2 immediate, 1 priority. Now, next thing I'm going to talk about is the different types of wounds that you can suffer while in the game. Or not you, but your character. So the first one is abrasions. Abrasions is a scrape, scrapes off skin. They occur when the skin is rubbed away from friction, rope burns, skin knees, or the skin's peeled off. Falling, rope burns, vehicle crashes, etc. Pain will be extremely light, and the bleeding will be extremely slow. Avulsions. The entire structure of the part or the entire structure, a part of it is forcibly pulled away, such as like you lost a tooth, someone ripped your ear off.
Scalp.
These can be caused by scalp, exactly. Explosions, gunshots. I would say animal bites, but there's really no animals to bite us in the game. All those can cause avulsions. Now, again, explosions, vehicle crashes, grenades, artillery shells, bullets, back blasts can all cause avulsions. The pain will be extremely high. The bleeding will be extremely fast, depending on the size of the wound. So you're going to want to make sure you get those taken care of. Contusions or bruises. Really not much we can do about that. Bullets, black blast, punches. I wish. Vehicle crashes, falling. Pain will be light, no bleeding. Decrease your stamina, decrease your fatigue, or increase your fatigue. Really not much we can do about that. Maybe manage the pain if it's severe. But other than that, just get them in cover, use a pack. That's all we can do about that. Crush wounds. Getting crushed by someone or something. Or either that or like splitting the skin, shattering, or tearing underlying structures, such as crushing your fatty and muscle layers of skin, crushing a bone. That could be caused by falling. Again,
Channel switched.
Physical contact as far as punching, kicking, fist fighting, hand-to-hand combat. But again, only if Arma would actually let us do that, that'd be nice. Pain, light to moderate, bleeding, extremely slow.
User
moderate,
left your
depending
channel.
on the cause of the injury. Cut wounds. Alright, now with these, slicing wounds made with sharp instruments, leaving even edges. Alright, these could be as
User
minimal as
joined your
paper cut
channel.
or as significant as a surgeon's incision on a patient. Okay, so these can be caused by crashes, grenades, explosions, artillery shells, back blasts, stabs. Again, I wish. Or shrapnel. Pain, light to extreme, bleeding. The bleeding speed and amount varies between light and extreme depending on what caused the injury. Lacerations or tearing of the human flesh and skin. What a laceration is, and definition is a separating wound that produces ragged edges. They are produced by tremendous force against the body, either from an internal source, from an external source, like a punch or an IED blast. Different types of sources you can get a laceration from. Okay, pretty much everything is the same as far as what can cause these injuries. Vehicle crashes, punches, bullets, grenades, explosions, artillery shells, shrapnel, IEDs, dog bites, animal bites. Again, almost anything can cause a laceration because we might think we're tough, but our skin is super sensitive and can be torn very easily. It only takes 3 pounds of pressure to tear human skin. So, velocity wounds caused by an object entering the body at a high speed. Typically a bullet, small pieces of shrapnel is what we'll mostly see. Again, bullets, grenades, explosions, artillery shells. Again, like I said, small pieces of shrapnel or bullets entering at a high velocity into the human body. Pain extremely high, okay, and bleeding medium to extreme, depending on the size of the wound and what caused the wound. Puncture wounds. Deep, narrow wounds produced by sharp objects such as nails, knives, broken glass, or even broken bones. Now, say I get hit with an IED, but sword is right behind me. Okay? It throws me into him, but the IED shattered my femur. My femur went out of the back of my leg and is now sticking out as a complex fracture. My femur can puncture whatever part of the body it landed on sword. So if my leg hit his chest, my femur bone could puncture his chest, which would result in a puncture wound, as well as whatever else he sustained from the blast itself. Stabs, grenades, okay, concussion blasts that push you could cause a puncture wound when you land. You can land on a tree, stick, or blah blah blah, whatever. Pain could be light to severe, depending on what cause of the wound was, and bleeding can also be slow to extremely fast, again depending on what the cause of injury was. To treat those wounds, you'll just go back to the medical menu, and again, tourniquet, quick clot, packing bandage, elastic bandage, field dressing. That's the order in which you want to patch up your patient. The quick clot has a powder mixed into the gauze itself, which when mixed with any type of liquid, it causes extreme heat and helps cauterize the vessels, veins, and arteries. The packing bandage, which pretty much goes in there, sucks up all the blood, and then puts pressure on whatever source of bleeding is there to help it stop. Elastic bandage wraps it around to make it stay tight, because again, pressure stops bleeding. And field dressing covers the entire thing up to protect against any type of bacterial infection that can occur out in the battlefield. Because if you can imagine, out here in the desert, well, the beach that we are now, all this sand, how many animals do you think have come through here and pissed their shit on the sand that we're now sitting on? Well, if we get shot here, that sand goes in the wounds, bacteria from the animal's urine or feces, or any other fucking thing else that was out here before that's in the dirt or sand, gets to the wound, it's gonna be nasty. And usually, 7 times out of 10, if your wound gets infected in the battlefield, you're probably gonna lose that limb. If it's a wound on the torso or the head, that could lead to either death, because they can't fight the infection and kill it fast enough, or severe surgery. We'll have to go in and literally cut pieces of your organs out that got infected if they can't reverse whatever infection you got. But again, that's going into real world scenarios, not in-game scenarios. Let's move on. Now, last thing I'm going to cover, alright, is the bad shit. Alright. If somehow you did everything you could and you still lost your patient. Okay, I know it's gonna feel bad. Yeah, they can respond, but you're still gonna be like, damn, fuck. Oh well, shit. It's gonna feel kind of shitty for a minute, but you'll get over it. Patient has expired. First thing you want to do is take the dog tag. And the second, put them in a body bag. As a medic, I recommend about 4 body bags. If you sustain more KIA than 4, well, then either you fucking sucked at your job, or your team was fucking garbage. So, all the way around, it can lead to complete failure if you lose more than 4 guys.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
So, that's pretty much it.
User left your
I have
channel.
a list here that is recommended for what you should carry. For what you should carry
User
as a
joined your
soldier,
channel.
when you're not in a medic role, what you should carry in a medic role, what you should carry in a first responder. Say you're not in a medic role, but you want to be able to help the medic if you need to. You can, say, hey, I know my role is rifleman or team leader or whatever, but I want to be a first responder to help the medic if needed. Got a little thing of what you should carry as a first responder, and then paramedic, which would usually be the guy who's flying with the medevac chopper, and what they should carry as well. But that's up to y'all if you want me to read that. If not, I can copy and paste it into a separate channel in the Discord. So, it's up to you.
I think that'd be easier. That way we can just refer to it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. No problemo, my friend.
Plexus man?
Yeah, I have It's been about an hour. Not too long. Very short class, I guess.
Kind of feel like back in boot camp when I had to take that urban medical
Yeah.
urban medical training. That was a brutal training. Oh my god.
Real quick. Okay, so separate subject. Okay, we have suffered a loss in our community.
Who?
One of our long-term storage racks had a hardware failure, and we've lost some of our long-term storage archives. And what that affects for you, it affects your save game. What your character has when you leave versus what you have. Your standing within the community as far as your rank, much, etc., as well as our campaign progress. I know that a lot of us live on a fixed income, okay? But if you can, please consider donating to our Patreon. You can refer to TeamSpeak to get the Patreon link, as well as Duke's PayPal if you want to donate directly to him. All money goes straight to the servers. None of it goes to us. Again, Spiralcrafters is registered as a nonprofit organization, so any dollar you spend does not go to us. It goes directly to the servers. We do not get paid. We do this for fun. We volunteer to be admins, developers, etc. So if you can, please beg of you, please donate at least $5 if you're able to, because again, right now we need it. The new long-term storage archive that he wants to get is about $400. And last month, we, after paying all the utilities and upkeep as far as internet bill, etc., we only had $3 left to spend on our giveaways that we hold monthly. So, again, if you can, at least $5 a month, or bi-monthly or bi-weekly, however you get paid, just please donate whatever you can to help us out, keep the server going, because I don't know about you, but this is a pretty fun community to be in. I like the servers, I like the people that I talk to, I like the people that we play with. So I'd hate to see all that go away because we weren't able to keep it going financially.
Even $1 helps.
Exactly, yeah. Even $1 will help. Other than that, I'm completely finished. Thor, do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Blackburn?
Yeah, like Kyle said, eventually we'll get up like classes for each role, each 2 weeks or each week. So you'll learn about auto rifleman, how to be AT, and much more. So if you guys like these classes and you actually learn stuff from it, let people know so more people come and more people learn, and it grows the community, it helps out. So
Yep,
I actually do have a question. Will there be field classes? Because I can tell you right now, when new people join and learn these classes, they're not going to remember until they get experience hands-on. So I'm thinking that we could host that. Like, basically, just go out in the field with a basic little mission. One of us, purposely gets shot at.
It's more like a prac out portion.
We could do Zeus mission, we will do events, Zeus missions for each moments, and we'll plan something.
Blackburn, if you have anything to add, please go ahead and say it. What we could do is, I am planning on doing these classes twice a week. But what I can do is, the first class during the week will be this portion, and the second class later in the week will be a Zeus mission, like Blackburn said.
Yeah.
So here we learn pretty much basics in a formal, well, not formal, non-formal, or informal classroom, I guess, full circle. Learning about everything verbally and through text. But then the next portion of the class, or the second part, will be actually out in the field operating, and then we'll pause the entire simulation, have one person go down, or when a person goes down, we'll pause everything, and then one at a time, each person that wants to be a medic or learn about it will go through and practice on the patient that went down at the time. Does that sound good?
Well, yeah, but then they won't. I want to see people under stress. So if we could not pause it, like we can pause some of them, but like 2 or 3 just keep shooting
Right. No,
to
I
keep
get
them
that.
under
I get
pressure.
that.
If worst comes,
We can have some of the. Go ahead, Sorry.
if worst comes to worst, we can have people that want to be medics or want to learn how to medic properly jump into actual medic slots. Then, if we want, we can have somebody like myself, Blackburn, or Kyle jump into another slot, and we'll just give ourselves medic permissions. We'll have actual full medic loadouts, and we'll basically tell you what to do at each step of healing somebody. So, like, say we've got our patient down in front of us, like we went to do a supply mission or whatever like that, somebody went down, we could oversee the operation while you go and actually try and do it. If worst comes to worst, we can jump in, fix them up, and then keep going. Or if you actually get it correctly, we'll just let you go. We'll let you do it. Like, if worst comes to worst, like, we can just do it like that. It's either that or we just perform normally and you can learn on the job.
Yeah, so I have two things to add. If you don't get a turn on like treating a patient and you really want to be a medic, you don't need to worry about it because there's, like we said, we lose a lot of blood. We always go down, so we'll tell the one medic that's treating always to have a break and like set security, and the guy who wants to like actually treat, and it's his turn. We could take turns too. It's not a problem. And for the people who are like actually gonna forget and they can't take notes, well, what we can do is take it all as notes and we fucking put it on the Discord or TeamSpeak, and so people can remember. Won't be a problem.
Duke has that covered. He has a little cheat sheet that he can put in the Discord.
It's not a problem. So don't need worry about like new players.
User
not
left
knowing.
your channel.
We'll always mention, like us admins, we'll always mention to the new players that we have lists.
User joined your channel.
It's either that or worst comes to worst, we can just hold another training class. It's not that much of an issue.
Yeah, it's pretty fun and like it's relaxed.
So I think all my questions are answered.
Anyone else?
Readlog is my engineer.
Anybody got a question?
User
Adam.
left your channel.
Adam said something.
Oh,
EMT?
Adam.
Oh. I was just, you said first responders, I was like, E? That's it.
Not
No,
like real life.
You wrote something down and you wanted him to check on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
that was for the
Yeah, that's what he
9
said. He said EMT.
Okay.
And I just wrote something down like how I was teaching. I just need him to check it at least for 9 lines.
It's on your TeamSpeak. It's
Adam, if you
I
want,
wrote it down for 9 lines.
since I'm pretty much done with this class, in front of me is an arsenal in this uniforms box. Feel free to go ahead and make a combat or a medic loadout. Make sure you save it.
Yeah, I got one saved already.
And then while they're doing that, I'll teleport Adam and I somewhere to an undisclosed location on the map, so me and him can practice 9 lines over the radio.
Before we dismiss, just want to make a quick reminder. Tomorrow, as well as Saturday, we're going to be having Halo events. We're going to start off a
User joined your
campaign.
channel.
Basic infantry, like we're all going to be dressing up as Marines and or ODSTs. Like Spec Ops or, squad specifics, we're going to have ODSTs. The common stuff is going to be Marines. No Spartans. This is supposed to be set at the very start of the Human Covenant War. We're going to be fighting off. We're going to be fighting insurgents. That's going to be how we're starting it.
Okay.
We're going to be starting off as we're going to be starting off as UNSC, fighting insurgents. Basic patrol pattern. We're basically going to go from planet to planet after X amount of days, after X amount of missions. We're going to change it up every so often. I'll be writing up a campaign story for this as well. So after every mission, if we fail, if we get it, like depending on the actual outcome of the mission, I'll add to a little story thing that I'll put up probably tomorrow before we start the first event. If you want to show up, show up. We have got a sign-up sheet on Discord. It's in the events, I think it is, or it's in an actual little section on its own. All you need to do is write down your name, write down your, like what role you want, like medic or AT or rifleman, etc. Just write it down. There is the mods list is also on the original post on Discord. I can repost it if you want.
Perfect.
It's an
You
actual
sent me a
collection.
personal post, so
It's an actual collection. Like, all you have to do is just click on it. It'll open up in Steam. You can just go through, boom, 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 everything that you need. It will be listed as well on the event server on the day. If you've got, you know, fucking miracle worker speed, fucking internet, you can go and wait for the day. Preferably, I'd want you to do it, you know, today, before the actual event, so you don't have to worry about it tomorrow. All the missions will be Zeused. I'm pretty sure Ghosty's going to be doing that. I could be mixed into that as well. Depends. Again, we're going to wait on the day. We've got no actual mission plans so far. We're just going to go by the seat of our pants with it and see if it works or not. If not, I'll start writing up scripts for actual missions. I don't know if Duke's showing up. If he is, that's his choice. If not, I don't know. Any
I was
questions?
just kind of surprised when you mentioned it. I thought it was just that we were just gonna run through a bunch of the, you know, the Operation Trebuchet scenarios that are on the workshop. But if you're making like a dynamic little custom campaign, that's actually pretty cool.
That's what we did for a couple of the other events. Like, we did hold a Star Wars one a fair while back. It was basically a custom mission because we didn't have enough people to do the original mission plan. That's
Okay.
that's the issue with writing up an actual mission.
And
You've
there
got a
go my
set
frames. I
number.
need a simulator.
Don't feel
User
bad, Larry. This whole
disconnected from your
fucking season
channel.
class, and even before then, it's like constant lag, like every 10.
Yeah, a bunch of people have been getting it today.
So, like when I was flying, it was fucking petrifying because the helicopter would